Cloud. I'm recording.
All right. So I am back in the jam, and if I have a new student, I usually just throw some questions out just to like. I know IXL Diagnostic have like a report, but what I've found, even with my kids in my classroom, is that when they're doing the IXL Diagnostic, sometimes it's like a, I need to just get over this. I want to hurry up and get done. So doesn't mean they don't know some of the stuff. They probably just got caught up because it's a couple of questions and it takes some time and they just, rush and just got it done. So I would like run through like the basic question. So I'll do a little bit of multiplication, a little bit of addition, a little bit of subtraction, feel them out, see, how my kids do with those questions. So this question right here would probably be, my first question, and I would get some different ones by going here and just adding some other skills. So um, let's see how you do with, finding two numbers based on sum and difference, and I would put that in. I would move to that skill. So move to next skill. And now you have this question, and I can actually see how you approach that question. When you give the answer to me, because this question takes a little bit of more critical thinking, I would therefore go ahead and ask you how you arrive at your answers, just, to have an idea of what kind of thinker I'm working with, what kind of student I have. If I have a student who is analyzing the question and then thinking and, are just giving me an answer based on previous knowledge, because that would tell me that you have covered the basics of multiplication, because you know that if it's the product of two numbers and it's 42 and the sum of the two numbers is 13, then you know what the numbers are, because you know that 7 times 6 gives you 42 and 7 plus 6 gives you 13. And I can see where you are thinking about your factors and adding them and actually seeing which one came up to be 13 and giving me like, an answer that you really thought of. So I would present questions like this, and then I would start giving you questions on your grade level. So the wonderful, 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 this is my favorite part of IXL, is that you have all these grade levels here and you can choose what skill you want to work on. So I'm currently doing Algebra 2 with my kids in school, and we are currently on systems of linear equation. So I would go in here, I would look at the skill that I want them to actually master for today, and I would find that skill. So this is the skill right here. So say I want to do BW5, I would go ahead in my jam. Let's go to my jam. Got so many stuff open. Let me see. Okay. So we want to do BW5. And here's the other thing too. You have like a idea of what your questions are going to look like, because when you just like hover over it a little bit, it shows you exactly what the questions will look like. So it's not like you have to click each one and go in and see if this is the type of question I want or not. You can actually hover over it like this. So you go and you can see the question. I mean, none of this gibberish probably mean anything to you.
No,
It might
no,
mean
it's great.
anything to you
No, it's
right now,
great.
but I I I usually just hover over it just to make sure that's the type of question I want to give my kids.
Yeah.
So if I want to give them finding solution, but I also want them to graph, so this is the one I would choose.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd go back to my jam. What question was this? Hold on. The code, it should also show you the code. You see the code on the right side of it. So it's telling me this is code T86. So I would go back to my jam, return to my jam, and I would configure my jam, and I would type in T86. 86. Okay. And I click on that IXL, update, move to review, and move to the next skill.
Right.
And the skill came up. So if we even don't know where to start, just by knowing what grade your student is in, you can go on the learning, and you do that for any one of them. Go on the English language arts. Um, my English student is in the first grade. So I'm going to go on the first grade, click on first grade, and it's telling me all the things that skills I can cover with this student. So I want constants and vowels. Okay. And for the younger grade levels, they actually have sounds. So they can play it. Um, and it read the question for them as well. So if they're working on their own, this is if you release them, they
Mhm.
actually don't need you to like read the questions and stuff like that. So let me go back here. If I want to work on syllabus, just hover over it, see what the questions look like. Um, you know,
Are you
which
able to pick another student? Would you be able to pick Murphy Renner? Do you see Murphy Renner?
in the let me see.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the jam and I configure, I should see all my kids that are on this. Yep, right here.
You see Murphy Renner? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log in as Murphy Renner because that is
Okay.
a new student that we have. And then because it sounds to me like, so I'm going to be doing one-on-one with Murphy. That this is the one
Okay.
we were talking to you about doing, and
Okay.
the little one. But it sounds to me like I could use Jam with this student. Now,
Yes.
will it show his progress? Will it track the progress in his IXL so it will still, even though we're doing it as a Jam, it'll still log it as progress?
Um, that I'm not sure of. If you want to track his progress, I would say track, are you saying his progress from his IXL diagnostic?
Well, so he did an IXL diagnostic, and so we do have some of those results. Like we didn't finish it. We'd spent a half an hour on it, and so we have one, two, three of the six we have actual, scores on, and then the other ones we have ranges on because we'd have to keep going. But he petered out. It was 30 minutes, and he kind of petered out. So. So I have like recommended skills on numbers and operations, for example. So like that could be a place where I could start.
Yeah.
Um,
And I would say with progress when it comes to your student, because my kids are older, so their progress shows up in their like schoolwork and stuff.
mhm.
But with progress, I guess you could wait a couple months and then have him do his IXL diagnostic update. And that will kind of give you an idea of the skills that he's mastered, because now you can compare the IXL diagnostic that he just did with the one that you do like a couple weeks after, if that makes sense.
Right, right.
So then you have like that tracker um to actually track that, okay, these were the skills that you weren't um successful at first, and then we did the IXL diagnostic again a couple weeks later, because you can always update with the IXL diagnostic. You can always update, and you
Mhm.
update the IXL diagnostic maybe 3 weeks from now, maybe even more than 3 weeks, because he's doing like 2 classes every week.
Right,
So I would say maybe 6 weeks from now. So you just take one session and you're like, okay, we're gonna work on updating your Excel diagnostic, and have him go in and just work on it and see what skills pop out when after the tutoring session of 6 weeks.
right, right.
Yeah. So that will help you in terms of tracker. Also, what I do is if we covered a skill before, that's the skill I always open with. So if we had covered IXL W5E last week, that's the first question that you're gonna get in today's jam. So because I want to see if you are still retaining what we learned. So W5E would be the first question here.
And where are you noting that? Are you just noting that on your own notes, or where are you keeping track of it?
Well, usually I don't have a lot of students, so I always remember because I am and also because I was kind of like the only one using the Excel jam, I would just come here and I would just look at what skills we had covered. So I
Okay.
just click on this and I would be like, okay, so we did D7M and we did ZAC. Okay. And he had gotten 12 out of 17. So the first two questions is going to be one from D7M and one from ZAC. That's the first two questions we're going to open with.
Okay, but if there's multiple of us, if I'm using it and you're using it, then I could potentially bump you down.
Yes, but that's where your idea of like us putting in our notes is a good idea because now
Yeah,
that more than one of us is going to use it, you can always go back to your notes and see what IXL you did cover
right.
and start with those questions first and then move into the new topic that you want to do today. So it's
Okay.
almost like a bell work, a warm-up question.
Yeah,
We call it bell work at
yeah,
school, where
yeah.
we open with what we last taught and then we kind of transition in. Or you could do a prerequisite for that and then transition in. It's up to you.
Yeah,
So if I'm gonna do a question with fractions, a distributive question with fractions, so you're gonna have to multiply fractions. I open with a straight multiplying fraction question before I go into the ones with the parentheses and stuff like that.
mm-hmm,
So it's up to you if you want to start. Because for me, if I had Mustafa, if we didn't do the error analysis that we did this week, we would have started graphing lines and then we would move into something else.
mm-hmm.
But before we start graphing lines, we would have definitely hit one question of finding the slope from a graph and one question of finding the slope from 2 points, right? And then I would go into what is a linear line, how we write it as an equation, and putting in your M and B and so on. And then we go into graphing. But I always hit the question that I did last. So whatever skill I did last, I always use that as my bell work.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's a place on IXL where it does track how much time the kids spent on it. And so I wonder if that would, here, I'll
Okay,
turn the
so
jam. So I wonder if that would track it even if it was in the
mm,
jam.
no.
No.
Nothing
Okay.
tracks the jam. The jam is just like a total like the jam is not even graded. The jam is just for engagement. Like it's not Excel doesn't even grade it. Like here, if I look at students overview, I can see all the skills they have covered and what percent they have worked their way up to. I can see the time, I can see the date. The jam will never be a part of this because the jam is just like an engagement tool.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I may or may not. I'm gonna play with it with this student. Because when I did
Mhm.
the assessment, I didn't do the jam. We just, it was just the assessment. So I just joined a jam. Wow, this is really advanced. Oh, did you give me this? Okay, so I just joined the jam, but I'm in first grade, so I don't want to do systems of equations. Um,
Okay. Are you in my jam?
I think so. Yeah.
I got a couple stuff open. I'm like, where am I? Hold on. I think I got too many stuff open. Oh, here's another good thing. If you don't end your jam, even if you come out of IXL, so say for instance, I accidentally click my exit brain stop working. Okay, my exit, and I come out of my IXL, um, I can always log back in, and that IXL is still there. It's gonna still be there because I haven't um I haven't ended the jam. So the jam is still gonna be there.
Okay.
So even if you accidentally somehow comes out of, because sometimes I do that. I'm closing all my browsers that are open, closing everything, and I accidentally just click it off. I
Okay.
come back in, it's still there.
Oh, wow.
So, so I return to jam.
Wow.
Let's Okay, so this is too advanced, so let's take it out.
Okay. I'm gonna join the jam again.
Okay, so let's take out everything that's too advanced. Let's go to syllabus. Syllables. Okay, I guess this is for
We could do BF6.
BF6. Okay, and I'm gonna update that.
All right.
Okay.
That looks more like what Renner's gonna do. So I don't want to do it. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because I'm in a jam, so it doesn't even record anything, does it?
No,
So it doesn't
no,
matter. I could go ahead and
it really doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
anybody can use, and it's not gonna affect their grade, their progress, nothing like that.
Right.
So this is mostly like for you to teach, and then that's why you release them after you feel like they got it.
I'm gonna
You
see
just
what
release
yours looks
them.
like. Okay, so I'll do the answer here. I'll get it wrong. How about that? Okay, so I'm gonna do that. All right, so I got it wrong. So now you see that. Okay.
So it gives you a breakdown, explanation,
Right.
and
Right.
then you have the choice of having similar question or harder questions.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, good. No, this is good. All right, well, I'll kind of play it by ear. I feel like with two or more students for sure. With one student, it might be okay with this one anyway to just share the screen.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, so no, this is terrific. This is absolutely fantastic.
I find that my kids love the part where they actually get to write on the screen. I don't know why, but they like this little tool section right here.
Yeah, okay, so let me play
They
with this.
will definitely
So,
enjoy that part.
yeah, and now of course you're not seeing what I'm writing.
No, but
'Cause
if I stop sharing so you can share your screen,
right, then I
so
could,
go ahead and share your screen.
yeah, so then the kids would
So
need
now
to,
I can see. And usually for my younger kids, I always have them share their screen because
yeah,
I want to see what you're doing.
yeah,
I want to see what you're actually working at.
yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense. So, interesting. Okay. I don't even know that we need an explanation on this. This is nice though. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see. So then I could leave the jam. Okay, so if I leave the jam, let's just say I leave the jam. I'm gonna pretend I'm Renner, and then so with Renner, I could have him go to recommended skill, and then there's all the diagnostic. See, I wanna actually give it to him. I don't want to have him do all this baloney. I want him to go.
Okay, so you see, okay. I
Go
don't
ahead.
know if there's a
See
way we could
suggestions
do.
from your teacher. So there's this.
Yeah. See suggestion from your teacher. You can suggest an IXL. So he doesn't have to go in and do the diagnostic. So type in BF6 at the top right there at the search bar. BF6, I think the IXL was.
Mm-hmm.
No, it
Oh,
was BF6.
oh, F. What am I doing? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, but you're logged in as a student, right?
I am.
Oh, so you won't be able to do it. Okay, so let
Right.
me show you how as the teacher,
Here, I'll stop sharing.
so let me show you how we do it as the teacher. Because you can suggest a skill. So if I want to suggest B F6, I would go here, type in B F6. Right, and beside every IXL right here, you'll see a star. All you have to do is hover over it and you
Okay.
see all the students. So I'm gonna go down to his name. What was his name again?
Renner Murphy.
Okay, right here. Once I click into that star, that is now suggested to him.
Okay.
So when he goes into suggested by teacher, he should see this IXL.
Okay. Okay, good. There's interesting. So now I'm just looking at some of the different ones that they have on here. They're not giving the numbers of the other ones. Oh, I see. I have to click on try this and then I think I'll see the number.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that's just because you're the student.
okay.
Because from the teacher's perspective, let me see, what's his name? I keep forgetting
Ren,
his
oh yeah,
name.
no worries. It's Renner Murphy.
Murphy. Okay. So
Yeah.
from the teacher's perspective, you don't have to click on anything but the diagnostic report. Okay.
Okay.
And the codes will be right here. BF6, QBY, VUD. His codes, because he didn't finish everything, so they're not all there. But his codes will be right here. And all you have to do is go into your search bar, because that's gonna open in a different page. Um, Type in VUD, whatever code he got, go to the star to the left,
Hmm.
go down to his name, and just assign that to him by clicking the star.
Okay.
Now, one thing we have to be careful of, because we are all going to be sharing the Excel, is not to assign an Excel to all students,
Yeah.
because then that's going to mess it up for everybody else. Make
Yeah.
sure you look for what student you want to assign it to, and make sure that you just click into their star. Okay.
Was that top
Just
star
their
clicked
star.
off it? Because it looked like that top star actually was what
Yes,
oh, is
it's
it?
gonna it's gonna change color, but it's if I click all students, so look what happened when I click all students. It's gonna be bright
Oh, okay,
yellow.
okay, okay, okay. I see. I'm tracking. Okay, good.
Okay.
So, okay, so it's fine then, as long as is okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that's top star is just saying that somebody is assigned this IXL. And
Mm-hmm.
then when we go down, we will see who that somebody is. But if it turns bright orange, or that means that everybody is assigned this IXL. And that's what we don't want to
We
do
don't want
that.
that. Yeah,
No.
Mustafa doesn't want to work on shapes.
Definitely not. And then we could always come to another thing too. We can see what is recommended and to who right here. So if you want to just look at what recommended skills you have given, what's his name? Oh,
Uh,
Murphy Renner.
yeah, yeah.
We just click on Murphy Renner's name and all the recommended skills that you have for him so
We
far
can get
today.
rid of the language arts one because we don't need that one.
Okay, this one.
Yeah,
And we just
yeah,
unclick
yeah,
in
yeah.
that
Just
star.
unclick it. Yeah, because we don't need that one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it will clear by itself in a minute, but once it's unclicked, it's gonna be gone.
Okay.
So
Can
yeah.
two people be in the teacher one? Would I be able to log into the teacher? Like, how does that work?
Mm,
Let's try it. We'll try it right now. Let's see what happens.
I guess you could try it. I don't know if we both could. I don't know if we ever both did have two students, like two teacher in, but you could try. I'm already logged in, so
Yeah, yeah, you're right there. So I'll see here. I gotta figure out how the heck to get to it. Hold on one second.
I'm wondering if Adam could do a co-teacher, because I know I have co-teachers. My ESC teachers are usually my co-teachers, and
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm I'm wondering where he would actually do that.
All right, I'm trying it right now. I'm logging in. Oh, it let me in. Are you still in? You're still in?
Yes, but does it say return to jam at the top?
Yeah, it says return to jam. Yeah.
That means we can only have one jam at a time.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I don't care. For me,
Oh,
it's,
okay. Okay.
yeah, because I have a feeling that with him, I'm probably just going to have him share the screen because I do sort of want to measure his progress and his time, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be okay. The main thing is in this area, I would like to be able to suggest skills to him. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really nice to be able to do that from here. So if I go here and I go Renner, I can see that there's two skills suggested to him.
Mm-hmm.
But then I want to go to, let's see here, I'll go to assessment, um, view report, and then I should, oh, okay, then I go down here. Let's see here. Here, I'm going to just share my screen.
Okay.
All right, so then so I'm right here at Renner. So then if I want to view diagnostic details, oh, okay, this isn't where I can, okay, hold on. I wanted to actually, I'm trying to make some recommendations.
You would have to type the codes in and make the recommendation by doing that.
Okay. Okay, so then that means I have to look up all the codes then. So if I go,
So, uh, I mean, he can do the codes from his diagnostic, but if you wanna give assign them individually, you'd have to type them in and then click on the star next to his name.
otherwise I can just have him go, I can just have him as the student as he's logged in. So I could
Just go into his diagnostic and
just
he'll
go into
see
his
them there.
diagnostic. Okay, got it. So
Mhm.
in that situation, then it's going to be, okay, fine. I thought maybe it would pre-populate, but it didn't. Okay, so then I'll just, so he's gonna have to be able to log himself in, which I'm sure won't be,
Yes. Yes.
shouldn't be a problem.
No, these kids are tech savvy.
Yeah, yeah. So then he'll just go over to his own assessment, and then
Yep.
I'll just have him click on this,
Mm-hmm.
and then view all diagnostic recommendations, and I'm just gonna tell him to start at the very top.
Okay.
I'll have him start here. So that's because these are all of the recommendations, I think, from
Yeah.
here. So, yeah. So we'll just work on that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. Good. And then do you do anything to try to, now you're working with older kids, so you're working on SAT. Do you do anything to try to make sure that what you're working on IXL matches what they're doing in school? Do you have them bring in reports? Anything like that?
I always have the conversation of what are you guys working on in class?
Hmm.
But I also have an idea of what they're working on because I've taught the eighth grade, um, ninth, and currently teaching 10th and 11th grade. So for the older kids, I kind of have an idea of what they're doing. But if I don't, I go on the learning where all those skills are for the grades
Hmm.
and whatever grade they're in, that's what I go by if I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Good. Okay, good. I wonder if I had any other questions. I think that might have been it. I wrote up like a little, this is how you use IXL, but oh my gosh, all the stuff that we just went over is not even close. I'm probably just going to do a link, I think, to the video. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think that's how I'm going to handle it because, yeah,
I mean, it sounds like a lot, but once you start playing with it, I promise it will just come in like it will just be like second nature to just
yeah,
like be in the space. But it just at first it will seem like a lot because it did take me a couple I think I discovered IXL Jam maybe a year and a half ago, and this is my fourth year teachings, and it's not like it hasn't been around. It's like I didn't even know that it's
Calculus is
there.
hard.
So
yeah.
just once you start playing with it, it will. it would be fine.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you know,
But even the live classroom, you're able to sort of see what the kids are missing, which is pretty cool. So it's not even
yeah,
like you have to
yeah.
have them in jam. You can actually see it
Hmm.
in live as well. That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yep.
cool. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Well, do you want more students, Tawana? Because we would like to recruit more students. That was the one thing that we didn't do. Here, I'm going to stop recording. Stop.